Hey, what's happening? Happy Monday to everybody. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 3:30 a.m. on the dot here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I just thought this is a good reason why I do my videos so early in the morning to get the news out. All right, I don't usually pat myself on the back. Honestly, I don't know if that has something to do with being an addict before, being in recovery, but I don't handle compliments well. I'm not somebody that toots my own horn or something. I usually feel uncomfortable when I get compliments. But I called this one, man. I called this one. This is a reason to. This is a good part of making these videos so early in the morning. Okay, what am I talking about? I'm talking about last Friday. If you go just go back 3 days to last Friday morning, 3:30 a.m. Last Friday morning, I did a video called M&M's Go Woke. And I was laughing through the whole video. Talking about how Mars M&M. I'm not laughing. I wasn't laughing at Mars and M&M making an effort to be more progressive, to be more inclusive, to be more thoughtful of society, of a kind of mirroring society. I was laughing because I was talking, it's fun. It was kind of funny that I was talking about the personality of chocolates, that chocolates had a personality. And if you think about those little M&Ms with their arms, one thing I miss too is they're making the arms, like the green M&Ms or the brown M&Ms, they're doing away with the white arms. Because they all, just like the Barbies of the 70s, they all make the M&Ms look Caucasian, so they're making the arms match the body. It kind of makes sense, but yeah, I still, there's part of it that's kind of humorous. You're talking about candies here. All right, so that morning, right after I made that video, I still do work with recovering addicts twice a month on Fridays, every other Friday. And that Friday, right after I made the video, I was still there's days when I'm happy with the video. And I went to a local recovery place early in the morning where addicts start coming in about 7 a.m. So I got there early, about 6, and I was talking to a nurse, this woman, probably about around my age, who helped me through my recovery, and she works there. And we were sitting down talking and having a coffee, and I was talking before the people started coming in. And I was telling her about, she knows about my YouTube channel. And she's like, well, what did you talk about today? And I told her about the M&Ms, and she kind of laughed. And at first, she's not political at all. But at first she said, geez, she didn't want to see the M&Ms change. Most people, don't like change. They like the cute little M&Ms. There's stuffed, there's the stuffed animals, the toys already all made. But when I explained it to her, I said, the reason I'm making this video is because I'm willing to bet that this is going to be the next whining point for conservatives. She's like, oh my God, you think so? You really think? And I was like, yeah, I think so. I said, that really was the point of my video. Guess what? I made that video at 3:30 a.m. Friday morning. By that evening, Tucker Carlson, I'm not saying, I had nothing to do with it in my video. More than likely, Tucker Carlson saw the same, because when I did that video, that news story was only like a few hours old. It had just come out. I think it's at 4 hours old. Tucker Carlson probably saw the same thing, and his show wasn't on until that evening. And Friday evening, Tucker Carlson comes out and starts whining about non-binary. I called them gender neutral. Greg Gutfeld later that night talked about woke M&Ms. He actually used the phrase that I coined that morning. Yeah, I coined it. I said it before he did. I coined it. Fox and Friends, Saturday morning, talked about it. Hannity, he had a radio, Jimmy Fallon, something like that. Who knows? One of those big mouth conservative radio hosts was on Hannity, and he whined about it. But the funniest was Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, this is below, I'm going to put the links, and Twitter went kind of crazy busting his ass. I'll get into that in a second. I have to really wonder if, I think M&M Mars did this, to be progressive. But part of me really wonders if they were, there was a part of them that was trolling people. Is that the word, trolling? When you go out of your way to trigger somebody? Trolling, right? Hey, I'm 56 today. So I'm wondering if they almost, if they were joking. I'm picturing them in the boardroom or wherever, or in their PR or whatever room talking about this. And, they had to realize that people like Tucker Carlson were going to go off on this. And I have to wonder if they were doing it almost on purpose. Tucker Carlson talks about, the main thing he talked about was the sexiness of the M&Ms, and he got taken down on Twitter for this. This is what he said. He talked about the how they're doing away with the go-go boots, and he says the goal is to make them as unappealing and unhappy as possible. Now here, this isn't funny, because what he's basically insulted non-binary transgender people. He's insulting them, saying they're unhappy and they're unappealing. It's really, that's flat out what he's saying. And here's what he goes on to say. He goes, the goal is to make these M&Ms so unappealing that you wouldn't want to have a drink with them. So Tucker Carlson is, and Tucker Carlson whines too. This is the group of people that talks about F your feelings, man, they make your little boys into monsters and all this other stuff. And Tucker Carlson talks, I can't imitate him, but he's got that whining, he ends every sentence with a question like, what do you think about this? And what will happen about this? And he's got that whine. It makes me want to kick my TV set, I swear to God. So here, is this manliness in conservative eyes? And so he talks about, the goal is to not want to have a drink. So I picture Tucker Carlson. He's the one that wears the bow tie, right? So I picture him, with that little pudgy, pasty face and the bow tie, kind of slurring his words in the local meat market, in the local bar, with a scotch in his hand, and going up to women. Hey, baby, that drink's on. I picture Tucker. That's what I picture Tucker Carlson. First thing that came to mind when he talked about not wanting to have a drink because he found these M&Ms unappealing. So he's almost got a what's it called when you have a fetish. It almost makes me wonder if he has a fetish for chocolate candies or something like that. I don't know, but I called this one, man. That morning, woke M&Ms. If you go back to last Friday, you'll see my original video where I talk about all this. And I think most people. This article the article below is an LGBTQ website, and I think most people found it kind of almost tongue-in-cheek. There was a point to it, making candies more progressive, but it was kind of funny. It's once again, you were giving chocolates personalities, and once again, we have conservatives getting all bent out of shape because chocolates aren't sexy anymore. Tucker Carlson can't get aroused by them in commercials anymore. All right, I called this one. You guys have a great Monday. I'll be back later with another video. I still got to do that video on compassion and conservatives. I haven't forgot about it. You guys have a great Monday.